friends, it's Amy from One Artsy Mama. Hi Megan. I am excited that you guys are joining in this afternoon because I wanted to share with you how I do my DIY at-home gel manicures. Hi, how are you guys? Hey Marissa. So basically, ever since, I think it's been 2 years now, 2 years ago for my birthday, my husband gave me an at-home kit. I had never had a gel manicure until I went to Lucky Fab. Hi! And I loved it, absolutely loved it. I got it done at the salon. And oh, isn't this shirt the greatest? Cupcakes and caffeine. It's from Marshall's. So yeah, I love it too. My friend Sarah got it for me. But yeah, so the first time that I had a gel manicure, I got it done at the salon. Loved it. If you've never had a gel or shellac manicure before, the difference is that the polish, it gets set by a light and it gets really hard. It also gets nice and shiny, and it lasts for up to 2 weeks. And I really didn't think that that would be the case for me. If you know me at all or follow One Artsy Mama, the blog, you know that I always have my hands in something, in paint, in Mod Podge, in glitter. And so I really thought, you know, this stuff is going to be just like regular nail polish. And, you know, 2 days later, it's going to come off. It's not going to be worth the money. But it actually lasted. My first gel manicure lasted about 2.5 weeks, and I was super impressed by that. So I figured if it works for me with all the things that my hands go through in a day or in a week, that it would work for just about anybody. So the problem is at the salon, it costs like $35 to $40 to get it done, which gets a little pricey, and I didn't want to have to pay that every couple of weeks to get my nails redone. So my husband surprised me for my birthday with one of the at-home kits, and it works really awesome for me. So I get a lot of questions about it, about what you need and how to do it. So I thought that I would Periscope. I was changing my nail color today, and I thought that I would show you guys how I do it and just kind of do a little FAQ. So if you have any questions about it that I don't address, just let me know. But basically, I'm going to be showing you, I did one hand already, so if you can see that, it's a light blue. The color is actually called My One Blue Love by Gelish. Some of my favorite colors are actually the fall colors, the like dark grays and browns and things, but I thought since I do have a couple more weeks left of summer, I'll go ahead and do one last summery color. So this one is like a real light powder blue, almost white, and I really like that one for summer. So let me show you. I'm going to flip the camera around here a sec, and I'm going to show you what you need. So this is the light that my husband got me. It is the Sally Hansen starter kit. And so basically it's just got these little LED lights in here. And when you hit this top button, it has a timer, and it will light up for as long as it needs to cure the polish. And then when the light goes off, then you know it's done and you can take your fingers out. And the other things that you need are going to be a top coat and a regular color and a base coat. So what I have here, I like to use the Gelish polishes because I find that they last longer for me. I also have Sally Hansen. I have Sensational brand. There's lots of different brands out there that you can choose from. Gelish are a little bit more on the pricey end of things, but still a bottle is like $14, which isn't terrible when you consider how long the nail polish actually lasts. And this really will last you for the 2 weeks. So I have Gelish foundation, and then I have Top It Off, which is the top coat. And then here's my color, My One Blue Love. And I also have this from Gelish, which is a pH bond. This goes on first, and I'll show you that in just a second. So you need your lights, you need your polishes, and then you're going to need like a file buffer kind of dude here. And then you also need rubbing alcohol and some kind of a cotton ball. I use a napkin, paper towel, whatever. So this is what we need to get started. Any questions so far? Just let me know if you have any questions or anything that you want to contribute. If there's a brand or something that you like. Here is my high-tech support here. You guys are on top of my iced coffee. Yeah, so there you go. So before I started the broadcast, I used the file side to shape my nails so that they're all ready to go because that part actually takes a while. And then I'm going to use the buff side, and I'm just gonna buff my nails, and I'm just gonna do my thumb for you guys. And basically the way that I do this when I do it at home is I do my thumb first, get it all done, and then I do these 4 fingers, because if you look at the way that the light works, you can't get all your fingers in there at the same time. It just doesn't work. So you do your thumb separately, and then you do these 4 fingers together. So I'm going to show you just on my thumb what I do, the whole process. So I'm going to buff it, and then once you buff, then you're going to use the rubbing alcohol. And I just put a little bit of it, sorry you can't see that, I just put a little bit on there, and what this does is it just kind of dries out the nail, which makes the polish bond better. And then I'm going to use the pH bond, and this is essentially just like the alcohol. You could probably do just one or the other, but I always do both because it does a really good job of drying out the nail to make it bond, and I figure anything I can do to make it last that full 2 weeks is good stuff. You'll also notice that my nails don't look terrible without the stuff on them. So sometimes people will say that gel polish ruins your nails, but it really doesn't, because I always have gel polish on. I use the pH bond for my Jamberry nails. Okay, yeah, so something about that preps the nail for that bond. I'm not sure, I don't know the chemistry behind it, but whatever it is, it works. So, okay, I've done rubbing alcohol, I've done pH bond, and it's been buffed. So it's all ready to go. So I'm going to use my foundation, which is a clear coat here, and I'm just going to paint it on. And when you do that, you just want to be careful to kind of pull back the skin around your nails, pull back your cuticles, and don't get any of it on your skin. It's not going to do like terrible, awful, poisonous things to you if you do, but the problem is this stuff will bond to your skin, and then it's going to pull your polish off, because you're going to have this part that's stuck, and when you try to unstick it, then the polish, it's going to break the seal. So you can see I just have it here, and I'm going to stick my thumb in, and I'm going to push the button, and the blue light's going to come on. And so we're just going to hang out for a minute while the light comes on. Usually this is a good time for me to scroll Instagram or check out what's going on Facebook with my free hand, and yeah, just amuse myself for a minute while this cures. So what this will do is it will set this coat so that I'm ready to do my second coat. It's not going to be totally hard and, you know, touchable. It's going to still be a little bit sticky, tacky. So that's why I go through the whole process on the thumb first, because at this point, if I were to touch it, I would still leave a thumbprint or, you know, whatever on there. So you want to make sure that you just kind of go through the whole process and don't touch it until you're done. The cool thing though is that when the process is finished, they will be totally cured and hard, and you'll be able to do anything you want. You'll be able to tie your shoes, you'll be able to use your hands, because you guys all know what it's like when you have wet nail polish and you've just done a manicure and you're like, oh crap, now I can't go to the bathroom for like an hour and I can't touch anything or I'm gonna screw up my mani. So yeah, that's one of the other benefits with the gel polish. So you're going to give yourself your first coat of color. Sorry, that's fuzzy. And, you know, you're just going to make sure again that you don't have any on your skin. You're going to keep it just right there in the nail bed. And then we're going to cure that. So it just goes right under the light. The whole process all together. Oh yeah, buttoning your jeans after a mani, oh my gosh, for real. So yeah, I'm like, I always have to make sure I pee before I do my manis, and I have to make sure, you know, especially like with a pedicure, you can't put socks on for like hours. I don't do gel pedicures, but I guess you could. My pedicures usually stay on for a long time without the gel, but the hands, no way. I put on some just regular nail polish a couple weeks ago when Erin and I had that day out, and literally by the end of the day, it was done. So, okay, so that's our first coat, and have just a little bit of extra right there. Now I'm going to go do my second coat. For most of these polishes, the gelish colors that I have, 2 coats is sufficient, and it gives you a nice solid color. You can always do more coats if you like, if you want it to be darker, more opaque. I do have a dark blue that takes 3 coats, but I absolutely love it. I think it's called Mellow Blew Me Away. It's totally one of my favorites. It's a royal blue. And then they also have some like glittery coats and coats with like polka dots and things like that that you can, confetti, that kind of stuff, that you can get and put on as like a little top coat too. I have one called Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Busy. That's like a little sparkle coat, so that's fun to add on. But typically it's just 4 coats per nail. You do the base, you do 2 coats of color, and then 1 coat to top it all off. So 4 coats per nail. The whole process from start to finish usually takes me a generous half hour, maybe 45 minutes. So that is, I guess, the biggest downside for me is that it takes a little while to do, but it's worth it in the end because I only have to do it once every 2 weeks. But sometimes it can be hard trying to find the time to do it, that's all. But a lot of times what I'll do, because I love Big Puffy Heart, love The Big Bang Theory, and hubby is not a fan, and so I don't understand it, but I watch Big Bang Theory by my lonesome, so I will watch it after it's been broadcast. I'll watch it from the website. So I will just pull up old episodes or like whatever the last week's current episode is of that or of another show that I like. This is the top coat, by the way, make it nice and shiny. So I will just pick up episodes or like pull something up on Netflix or whatever and just watch something on the computer while I do this, and that'll give me some fun time. But it's harder when little crafter's home over the summer, that's for sure. So this is the last coat that I have to do on my thumb, and then once this is done, the final step is that you have to just do a coat of rubbing alcohol, and somehow that takes the sticky away, because remember I told you even after it's cured under the light, it's still going to be a little bit tacky to the touch, and we want to take the tacky away before we try to do anything else. So I'm just going to put a little bit of rubbing alcohol. You get to see my tablecloth there, nice view. Just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my paper towel, shine it up, and the thumb is finished. And you can see, touch, doesn't matter, doesn't hurt anything. It's all done, it's ready to go. I could cook dinner. It doesn't smell anymore. The polishes smell a little bit when you're using them because they're nail polish, but it doesn't stink. Like, you know how nail polish stinks for a while after you polish your nails? It doesn't, once you put the rubbing alcohol on, it doesn't have the smell anymore. I don't really know how that works, but I love it for that. And so there is my completed nail. So now I could cook, I could eat, I could do just about anything I want. So that is a super quick little tutorial of how I do my DIY at home gel mani. So there is my freshly manicured thumb. Yay! So again, you just need an at-home light. You need one of these happy little 4-sided files or a file and buffer, however you want to do it. A top coat, a base coat, a color, and a pH bond is always helpful, or some rubbing alcohol, and that's all you need to do this yourself at home. So I hope that was helpful for those of you who are wondering how to do that and if it's worth the investment. I think it totally is. So yeah, now I'm gonna finish my other 4 fingers, and by then hubby should be home and it's pizza night. So I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'm sure I will be periscoping again soon. Peace out, friends.